Hey guys, it's Krista. Welcome back. Okay, so this week on Instagram, I posted about the journal that I'm going to be selling this year, which is my cute morning pages journal. And I want to walk you through what made me decide to sell that journal, why I'm not selling a pre-made bullet journal, what a pre-made bullet journal is, and pretty much everything. How I got to this point. So in the first episode, I talked about how I started bullet journaling in 2020, and when you bullet journal, normally you bullet journal on a blank dot grid journal. And so that's what I did from 2020 to 2023. And then at the end of 2023 is when I started designing digital bullet journals, and then I used one of the digital bullet journals that I designed, and I printed it to make a physical pre-made bullet journal. Now what that means is, for a bullet journal, if you don't know what it is, it's basically a planner that you plan on keeping, so it becomes like a planner and journal in one. So I basically made kind of like a pre-made planner, but there were other things too that people often associate with bullet journals, like vision board, goals, places to put habit trackers. So that's what I made for 2024. So I sold that at the end of last year, and that is the bullet journal that I went into 2024 using. So I thought it'd be fun to walk through all the journals that I did use last year, because there were a lot. And I was talking to Alex about this one time, how I am truly a journal hoarder, I guess you'd say. Yes, I talk about bullet journaling all the time, but that's literally because I love it. That's me. I've always been a journaler. I have bullet journals on hand usually. In fact, behind me where I'm recording, there's I think 8 bullet journals that I purchased, and I don't know what to do with them. So if anybody wants to buy them or wants them for something, I don't know what to do with them. I just have them. Some of them are pre-made, some of them are not, some of them are completely blank. So I just always have journals on hand, which is great for me because I usually find a reason to use them. I'm sure I'll find a creative reason to use the ones behind me. But let's talk about what I did for 2024. So I started off the year with this pre-made bullet journal, and I really liked it. And honestly, I'm pretty sure a part of me felt like I needed to use it because I was selling it. And in fact, I'm glad I did, because some of the bullet journal parties that I went to, they wanted to see how I used it specifically. So I think that was a good call. That was great. It was fine. And I liked it, especially at the beginning. But right away, I kind of realized there was not enough room for the things that I normally like to do. Each weekly layout was only 1 page, which is way not enough space for me. Normally a weekly layout is two pages. So I knew kind of right away, this isn't my favorite thing, but I'm going to keep going with it because I didn't want to switch. Maybe that was the people pleaser in me, which I'm starting to stop doing. Yay me. Anyway, so I was using that journal. I am still actually using that journal. And then also at the end of 2024, you should know this, right? And I'm going to explain it, but I have always had a completely separate bullet journal that I use for work. Even when I was a teacher, I had a bullet journal that was a blank dot grid journal that I would use for work. It wasn't cute, really. It was purely functional, and I would draw some layouts, or I would just brain dump or take notes for things. So I'm always used to that. So when I started my business back in 2023, I ordered, I had, I think, a sample of a bullet journal I tried to sell on Etsy that I just started using as my work bullet journal. So that's usually just a blank one, and I filled that one up pretty fast. I think I from the end of 2023 to the beginning of 2024, one was already full. So I used another blank dot grid bullet journal for my business stuff. So I always have kind of had 2 bullet journals going on, one for my personal life, one for work. And then it was at the end of 2023 that I also decided to stop using a personal journal, if that makes sense. I was finding that I was very rarely going back to my personal journal, Dear Diary type stuff, just writing things out. So I decided wait, why am I even doing this? And I just dropped that. So I was not having a personal journal. I was starting off the year with a work one and a personal one. And so as the year went on, I started making more journals. I made a recipe journal with Spencer. Of course, I ordered one for myself. Decided, why do I have this? I rarely cook. Spencer's the one who always cooks. So I ended up giving that one to my mom. And then I started making custom bullet journals for other people. And so I actually randomly through the middle of the year ordered a custom personalized bullet journal that I made for Alex at Mindful Media. It's her personal one, and I was this is good. So I ordered it for myself. And that was confusing because I had like 3 journals kind of going on, and like I liked hers because it had like meal plan stuff on it, so I used that for a little bit, and then I kind of was like, well, maybe I want to use this for like work stuff, and so I started using it for work, and then I stopped using it. So anyways, here I am just telling you that it's okay to start a journal and stop it if you don't like it. So that one kind of came into the mix, and then after that, I joined Alex's group coaching program called The Serenity, which is awesome. And in it, she provided each member a business bullet journal, which she made with me. So anyways, I got that one and I started using that one, and I love that one. Another journal that I started using this year was something called Morning Pages, which again was inspired by Alex. I'd heard about it from Krista as well. And so I decided to try it, and I was using just a bullet journal that I had, so a blank dot grid journal, to just like blurt out these morning pages. And honestly, once I started those morning pages, everything started becoming so much more clearer to me. The ideas started coming in. So let me explain to you how I view morning pages. So morning pages comes from the author of the book, The Artist's Way. And I have not read it yet. I'm starting it. I haven't gone very far. But in the first intro, she talks about the morning pages and how they're awesome. And so I was already like, yes, I believe you. Haven't even officially read the book, but I get it. And I did listen to Kaylin Priest's podcast about morning pages, so I know about it from there. And then Alex kind of mentioned it, and so I just thought I would just try it. So here's the general gist of what I got with morning pages and what I started by doing. Apparently what you're supposed to do is you take a blank journal and you just write for 3 pages. You write whatever comes to your mind, whatever is on your mind. So when I started doing that, what I found was that I started getting really honest with myself about what I really wanted. So I guess these are kind of 2 ideas in one, but the morning pages just drew out really the thoughts that were on my heart, in my mind. And then it also, something that I've just been trying to do is be super honest with myself. I'm reflecting a lot lately, right? Because I've grown a lot this year, but on a YouTube video where I talk about my favorite books, I talk about for some reason I love this book. It's Marie Kondo's book, The Life-Changing Magic of Tidying Up. And when I first saw that show, I was amazed, right? You just hold each item in your hand. If you're going through your closet, you hold each shirt in your hand, and if it sparks joy, you keep it, and if not, you get rid of it. And when I first heard that, that was so confusing to me, because I was just you just hold things and you decide if you like them, and if you don't, you get rid of them. And so in that, I brought up that YouTube video because I remember in that YouTube video being I'm trying to do that with my house, yes, my physical belongings, but I'm also trying to do that with my mind. And that's what I feel morning pages has helped me do. It's helped me clean up my mind and decide, is this thought worth it? Yes. Is it not? No. And so I act on the ones that I feel are worth it. So that's just really amazing and helps me feel I'm growing. And just another side note, and it ties with the cleaning thing, but there's a closet kind of directly across from my office. I can actually look at it right now while I'm recording this. But I cleaned out that closet and I started just throwing things away. I was I am only keeping things that I want to keep. If I don't love it, if it's not a clear yes, I'm throwing it away. And same with I went shopping this weekend because I'm postpartum, trying to dress cute-ish again. And so I went to a couple stores, and actually I went to the Nike store. Why did I go to the Nike store? I don't know, I just wanted to. Oh, I'm on the hunt for a cute Nike sweatshirt. Didn't find one, unfortunately, but I found some Nike sweatshirts. And I found one in a really cute color, since Spencer was oh yeah, that's your color. I tried it on, I was Spence, this is cute, right? And he's yeah. And then he was and I even tried it on, I was this fits kind of weird, but I was this is the right color, and it's comfy, I wanted this. And he's wait, that fits weird. And I was yeah, it fits weird. I was why am I trying to force myself to buy something? Anyways, I'm getting very clear on even what I bring into my house. I'm going through the things in my house, and I'm just chucking things left and right. And honestly, I feel the morning pages has just helps me connect with who I am. And so I think the people pleaser inside me that I grew up being is basically getting discarded right now. And I love it though, because I feel like it's super respectful to other people too, because I'm trying to make anything that I bring into my life, so any like yes that I say to someone or with someone or for someone is so intentional, and I'm 100% that there's like no resentment, no anything going on between people. So that does mean that I'm doing a lot more no's, and I have been doing a lot more no's with my kids too. But it's awesome because then when I'm saying yes to playing with them, I know I'm like truly just like playing with them. I believe that these morning pages has helped me connect to myself as the creator that I am. I also believe in a creator, someone who created me, and so I do feel like it's almost like a prayer journal. I'm connecting with that creator, universe, whatever you want to call it. I call it God, but I am connecting with myself, which connects me to the person who created me, and it helps me become the creator that I feel called to be. You know, my Instagram name is created by Krista Kirky. It was at first Bujo by Krista Kirky, which is the shortened term for bullet journaling. And when I like restarted this Instagram and started my business at the end of 2023, I knew that I didn't want it to be that anymore, because I knew this wasn't just about bullet journaling. I mean, it is. I love bullet journaling, and I think it's a very powerful tool to help people be creators in their own lives. However, I knew that I wanted to change my name to Created by Krista Kirky, because I believe that's a key part of one of my like core beliefs, is that like I am a creator, and whether it's bullet journaling, whether it's podcasting, YouTube, sharing on Instagram, these are all things I'm creating, and I am trying actively to create more than I consume. Maybe this is because of morning pages. I don't know. It's also probably because of my coach, Mindful with Media, who has taught me to be more mindful with media. But I have started like putting my phone away, or just like leaving my phone in other rooms so that I'm not like consuming media in like in between moments. I think it's so important that we create more than we consume. And so yeah, I've been connecting with myself, and it's crazy because I feel like I've grown so much in this last year with starting this business and creating bullet journals with other people that I'm very, very proud of. But I'm also feeling like these morning pages are bringing out even more of like what I should be doing, what I feel like called to do. And when I was in the Serenity, I think it was not even the Serenity, it was like a pre-group call for that group. Alex was like, what do you do in your business that you like to do? But yeah, what do you like to do in your business? And so I immediately thought of YouTube. I was like, I like YouTube. And I was like, I think I like YouTube because it feels like teaching. So I am trying, you've probably noticed if you follow me on Instagram, to incorporate more teaching into my business, because that's just something that I'm good at. And I really like doing it. I love teaching. Okay, I'm going to share this whole experience, but this week, I talked to a super, super awesome one-on-one coach. Her name is Anna, and I love her so much. I would love to work with her, first of all, if you're listening. I got on a call with her to see if she could potentially be my one-on-one coach. And after the call, I was just like, working with her would be amazing, yes. And I know working with her, I would progress with her as my one-on-one coach, and she would help me be a powerful one-on-one coach. But it wasn't 100% yes, right? I'm really leaning into my 100% yeses, not any of my no's. And it was just like, I have this idea for a course I want to teach, which will be coming out soon, so stay tuned for that. And I was just like, I had to tell her, I was like, Anna, you're amazing and I really want to work with you, but I think I need to lean into this course and teaching stuff. And right after that, right after I messaged her and said, I'm going to lean into teaching and focusing on this course, I got a call from my sister-in-law, and she was like, hey, we need someone to help us with an activity tonight. Would you want to come teach bullet journaling to some of the local youth? It was girls, and I was just like, yes. And reflecting after that, I'm like, oh my gosh, like I turned down this really cool thing, and already like teaching has been opened up to me. And so even something that like is a little bit scared me, but I want to share here because I gotta just put it out there, is I was reflecting after I taught those local youth girls how much I would have loved bullet journaling at that age. And so that's something that I just want to throw out there. I would love to teach youth, middle schoolers, high schoolers about bullet journaling. I have a lot of experience teaching them. I know how to connect and teach them. So that sounds really fun. So if you have any ideas from that, reach out to me. But I'm just very interested to see what these morning pages bring out of me, because like I would never have thought that would be something that I would want to pursue, like teaching, going back to kind of like what I did before I started this business, but like teaching youth about bullet journaling. But oh my gosh, that would be so powerful, right? Like how cool would it be to teach them that skill? So anyways, let's talk about next year. Next year, my bullet journaling setup is going to be 1, morning pages. And then the cool thing about morning pages is I feel like it helps me put the most important things in my planner, in my bullet journal. So I am going to have a personal bullet journal, and I'm going to make that one from scratch. So it's going to be a blank dot grid journal, and it's actually going to be made 100% from scratch. I've already started, like, hand sew the pages together. I'm going to make like a hardcover bullet journal. It's going to be really cool. When am I going to find time to do that? I don't know, but I'm excited about it. And then the third bullet journal I'm going to have is Alex's business bullet journal. So my morning pages journal is going to be for sale starting November 18th. That's when my Black Friday sale starts. And that is the only bullet journal that I designed that will be for sale on my website. Because if you don't already know this, I have collaborated with some really, really amazing people this year to create journals from their mind. I have this skill, and it's that I can take an idea for a planner or a journal in your mind, and I can turn it into a physical, actual product, I guess, a physical reality. I can turn this thing in your head into a journal, and I love that. And so I'll run you through some of the planners / bullet journals that are going to be on my website from those creators. So Spencer's recipe journal will be up there. We have Maddie's homeschool planner, which is undated. It's a 12-year planner, so you can start it at any time. You have Alex's personal bullet journal, which has the meal planner in it, and it is dated for the whole year, all of 2025. Alex also has a really, really powerful business bullet journal, the one I'm going to be using, that she is going to be selling. And that one will only be 6 months because there's a little bit more pages in it. We've got Missy Allred's prayer journal, which is amazing if you want a prayer journal and connect with God. And we've got Becky's Shine On daily bullet journal that is amazing. It has ways to see God, habit trackers, serve the one. It's going to be really good. So if you're wanting a pre-made bullet journal for yourself next year, I suggest going to my website, looking through all the ones that I have there. I just couldn't create one. It was probably in September. I was really stressing out because I wanted to create a pre-made bullet journal for next year, but it just wasn't coming to me. I would try and start it, and it just wasn't coming to me. And I realized it's because I am not going to be using one next year. That just why would I sell one that I'm not even going to be using? And a really main message and something I like doing with people is I want you to find your journaling style. So it feels weird to me to sell one when I could just make you one that you would actually want. So I'm not going to be selling one. However, that said, I think it is awesome if you're not like any of the ladies I've collaborated with or myself, where you know what bullet journal you want and you want it exactly this certain way. If you're not like that, I think it's totally a good idea to just buy one of the ones that they've already made, because the thought and care that they put into designing it, and I guess both of us, right? It was a collaboration. It's just amazing. So I think if you're not sure what you want, you could just pick one of the ones that's already on my website, not one that I designed, because I'm not going to be using one, a pre-made one. All right, guys, that's it from me today. Check out my Black Friday sale if you want a journal to start journaling for next year, if you want to buy some for yourself, for friends, for Christmas. If you want a custom bullet journal and you were hoping to make one with me, Stay tuned on my Instagram at Created by Krista Cricky. I'm going to be going over all the details for a course experience that I want to create with you, so that we can get you one made for next year, if that's what you're interested in. And try out morning pages if you haven't already. Let me know if you do, because it has opened up lots of things for me that I didn't realize were closed. So yeah, if you try it out, let me know. And it was so fun. I love this podcast. I hope you are loving it too. I get very excited to record it. And so thanks for sticking around while it's in the beginning stages. But we have our first guest on the next episode. It's going to be the amazing Teresa Stevens. So look out for that one, and we'll catch you next time. See you guys.